Welcome to the Smite God reveal for King Arthur, wielder of Excalibur.
Long has the legend been told of a great battle king who rose to deliver peace to lands riven by war. By his hand was the bloodshed ceased, and all its peoples united under his reign. And with his knights he ventured out to safeguard with steel all that he had sworn to protect. But in his absence, the hope he had brought began to fray, and others, even the king's own kindred, sought the power to rule for themselves. A betrayal most cold, threatening to turn all that he held dear to ashes. Upon his return, the king beheld what had become of his realm and people. He was their guardian, and he bore that oath above all others. The battle raged, sundering fair Camelot as surely as the king's own bloodline. He carried the day, in the end, but at a cost in stone, blood, and soul. In its wake, the king sets out upon a new journey, for Avalon has called to him, and Arthur shall answer.
Each time King Arthur deals damage to an enemy god with an ability, he will gain a stack of Steadfast. Each stack provides percentage damage mitigation and increases how quickly he can build his meter. King Arthur can have up to 4 stacks. Additionally, King Arthur does not benefit from attack speed. If King Arthur buys attack speed, a small portion of it will be converted into increasing how quickly he can build his meter. King Arthur works differently than other gods in Smite. When Arthur uses any of his abilities, he enters a combo stance. While in his combo stance, he loses access to his standard abilities and can use one of 3 combo abilities. After using a combo ability, he will return to his standard stance. When playing King Arthur, you will constantly be cycling between using standard abilities or combo abilities. His ultimate follows different rules, which we will discuss after showing off his standard and combo abilities. King Arthur's first ability is Overhead Slash. King Arthur slashes his sword overhead with such force, it creates a crescent slash of energy that travels forward. Enemies in melee range will be hit both by the overhead attack and the crescent slash, taking additional damage. King Arthur's first combo ability is Hamstring. King Arthur swipes forward in a cone, targeting the opponent's legs. Enemies hit by this swipe are damaged and crippled for a short duration. King Arthur's second ability is Battle Stomp. King Arthur stomps the ground with immense force, damaging and slowing enemies within a close range of King Arthur. King Arthur's second combo ability is Uppercut. King Arthur rushes forward, stopping on first contact with an enemy god. At the end of this charge, King Arthur unleashes a strong uppercut with Excalibur, launching and damaging any enemy gods directly in front of him. King Arthur's third ability is Twin Cleave. King Arthur strikes twice with Excalibur while charging forward. Enemies hit by this ability will have both of their protections reduced. This reduction can stack with itself. King Arthur's third combo ability is Blade Storm. King Arthur swings Excalibur with great force, charging forward and dealing damage to targets within range multiple times. After 5 strikes, King Arthur will wind up a final heavy strike that deals heavy damage. King Arthur's ultimate ability changes based on how much energy King Arthur has managed to generate. At 35 energy, King Arthur can use Sundering Strike. King Arthur hops forward a short distance while winding up a heavy jab that hits a long range in front of him. Enemies hit by this ability are stunned for a short duration. At 80 energy, King Arthur can use Excalibur's Fury. King Arthur charges forward a short distance. If King Arthur hits an enemy god, that target is launched into the air and barraged by multiple slashes from King Arthur. After 6 strikes, King Arthur unleashes a final attack that launches the target back to the ground, dealing heavy damage in the area the target lands. When in standard stance, begin with twin cleave to close the distance to your target while shredding some of their protections. Next, use uppercut, launching the target into the air. Before they land, use overhead slash on the target, benefiting from both the protection shred from twin cleave and setting up the double hit from an overhead slash. When in combo stance, start with hamstring. This will lock your opponent from using a movement skill to flee. Follow this up with twin cleave to shred their protections, and then use blade storm, unleashing a large amount of attacks on a target that cannot leave away. King Arthur's ultimate does not change the stance he is in, and King Arthur can build up to 100 energy, allowing him to build some extra energy to use Sundering Strike quickly after Excalibur's Wrath. When in combo stance at 100 energy and with 4 stacks of Steadfast, use Excalibur's Wrath on a target. Right as they land, follow up with Hamstring into Battle Stomp into Uppercut. Through landing these 3 abilities, King Arthur will have generated enough energy to use Sundering Strike. Learning combinations and having a deep understanding of King Arthur's options can allow you to lock down enemies for a significant amount of time. To start, King Arthur will want to put a point into twin cleave. This will allow King Arthur to clear more effectively and pressure opponents who get too close. Next, a point into overhead slash will further help his ability to clear and pressure his opponents, whether they are near or far. A single point in Battle Stomp will allow Arthur to peel for himself or set up his other abilities more easily. From there, follow the following ability priority: Sundering Strike, Overhead Slash, Twin Cleave, and finally, Battle Stomp. King Arthur performs best when he can engage and disrupt an enemy team. Heavy protection will keep him alive and make him difficult to peel from, while high amounts of cooldown reduction will allow him access to his wide range of abilities. Begin with Warrior's Blessing, Boots, and Healing Potions. The additional sustain and protections from Warrior's Blessing and Healing Potions will keep King Arthur alive since he has no built-in self-sustain. Pick up Warrior Tabby to increase his ability to chase and deal damage and start working towards Gladiator's Shield. With access to 6 abilities on demand, this item helps him stay alive and gives him the extra cooldown reduction he needs. Breastplate of Valor continues that goal, giving him a much larger 20% cooldown reduction. Oni Hunter's Garb is a great follow-up item to balance out King Arthur's protections and giving him bonus damage mitigation for doing what he wants to do, getting into the middle of the enemy team. Finish up his item build with Bulwark of Hope and Mantle of Discord for additional tankiness and to get the full 40% cooldown reduction. Thanks for watching the Smite God reveal for King Arthur, wielder of Excalibur.